What's going on, guys? My name is Christopher and welcome to It's Complicated, the show where I talk about and showcase wristwatches. So if you love watches like I do, you're going to want to hit that subscribe button, then click on the bell and you'll be all set. Today, I'm going to be just unboxing a 16613. That's a two-tone bluesy sub from 1997. Here we go. All right, so today we're going back in time to 1997 and we're going to do a little unboxing. We're unboxing a two-tone Submariner reference number 16613. This is a full set, box papers, everything. This watch was provided by watchchest.com. They got a nice selection of Rolex watches. I'll put a link to their website in the description below. So here is the outer box. It's much different than a more modern Rolex outer box. Now let's have a look inside. And first up, we have some papers. Here's the sleeve the papers come in. And first up is the actual papers. This is where the term papers comes from. Nowadays, when you buy a brand new Rolex, you get what looks like a credit card that has your warranty information on it, your serial number, and your name on it. This is what you used to get, just a piece of paper. Has the serial number, the style number, your name, date of purchase, and where you bought it from. And this was your 1-year warranty. Next up is the instructions for the Submariner date, has instructions for the Submariner no date, and of course instructions for the Sea Dweller as well. Pretty cool. Next up is a book that came with all Rolex Oyster cases. In this book they talk about how tough the case is, how the screw down crown works, the different bracelets for the watches, etc. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Famous people to wear the watch. Different Rolex Oyster bracelets, like I mentioned. Very cool. Next up, just a thick black piece of paper, probably just to keep those papers nice and stiff. Now, check this out. I love this. This is the Rolex factory service booklet that came with all the Rolex watches over a decade ago. And I love how tiny it is. Why not make it the same size as the other booklets? Only Rolex knows. Either way, it's a really interesting book. And by the way, the factory service booklets of today are the same size as the other booklets. Now, here's something Rolex does not provide you with anymore, and that is a little calendar. This is a 1997-1998 calendar because this watch was purchased in 1997. Has a little map of the world on it and just a little calendar on the back. You know, nothing mind-blowing, but a nice little touch, if you ask me. Last of the papers in that little sleeve is the official chronometer certification booklet. It's translated into 12 different languages. And it just talks about the guarantee that this is an official chronometer and that your movement should be keeping excellent time. In the back here, it's printed in Arabic, which I think looks pretty wild. And then it's also printed in Chinese, which is kind of wild to see as well. Then you're provided with this little Rolex cloth. Helps keeping your watch clean, buff out some smudges, fingerprints, etc. You don't get these anymore, and I think that's pretty cool. It's always cool to see something that you used to get that you don't get anymore, especially with something as collectible as Rolex. Now let's take the inner box out. And there is the inner box. Kind of like a padded, pleathery kind of padding on the top here, and then the outer box is made of wood. Let's open it up and boom. Now, I know I just said boom, but I want to make a quick correction as to how that would have been laying in the box if you would have bought that in 1997. It would have been like this, not the way I had it. There is the watch, the original hang tag, the original, I believe this was the original price tag that was on it, the Rolex 16613. Look at that beautiful sunburst dial, that thick date font, which they don't use font that thick anymore nowadays. Look at this, barely any stretch on this bracelet. This thing is just in great shape for a watch that's almost 25 years old. But I just thought it would be really cool to do kind of an unboxing video like we were unboxing a watch from almost 25 years ago. And there you have it, guys. That is what an unboxing video might have looked like if YouTube was around in 1997. Granted, the video quality would be much, much worse back in 1997, and so would the editing. But that's pretty much all there is to it. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to let me know. And that wraps up another episode of It's Complicated. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, like this video, share it with all your friends, and I'll see you next time on another episode of It's Complicated.